Welcome everybody, this is Nadia, I'm Laurent, and to rethink materialism, we would like to start at the very heart what drives us, our personal purpose. Because personal purpose changes everything. Actually, not many people can formulate their personal purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, you just go through the motions of life. Now, meet O. I'm okay. Not sure exactly, but it's okay. Let's wait and see. Most of you probably have a job and you're in a work environment, but if you don't know your purpose, it's just a job. Work is okay. Well, I don't know. I tried to do a job. But no, it's okay, it's totally fine. Oh my God, today's Friday, thank God it's Friday. And then you realize that there are actually people who are driven, who know what they want. But oh, I don't know what I really truly want. I envy people who know what they do. I feel stuck somehow. Something is missing. Now, imagine O walking through the streets, stuck somehow. And suddenly there is a sign, purpose, tailor-made personal purpose, 90 minutes only. There is a simple way to develop your purpose. It takes 90 minutes. 2 people who are great listeners help you develop your purpose. 90 minutes later, O is full of purpose and almost bursting. I believe in me, I feel so energized, I see clearly, I know what I want, I can express what I want to others. So, having a purpose will help you navigate your life in new ways you have not imagined before. Knowing your purpose is like wearing purpose glasses. So, from one day to the other, everywhere you see your purpose and what connects to your purpose. But the best thing is that your surrounding now notices not only your purpose, but they can also interact with more dimensions of you. So not only the function written on your business card, but with the whole of you. So your life and work immediately become more purposeful.
As you heard about O, who is now more sure about their purpose, I don't know about O's gender, so their purpose is now much more clear. A year ago, Laurent and I, who have also collaborated on the République, the magazine we also presented here 2 years ago at the governance conference, we went away for a week and decided what our next purpose will be. And it's here, empowering everybody to find and pursue their purpose, discovering the knowledge of excellent collaboration and making it accessible to everyone. It's basically a not-for-profit project. We really want to go to the center of these questions, and we've started now with the first part. So this is the personal purpose project. We have tested this method that we were describing to you with people from different ages, of different age groups, in different settings, from different backgrounds over the last few months. For instance, we have done it with individuals in Switzerland, we have done it with students and teachers from the Bloom School in Sarajevo, it's a Montessori school, and made several experiments to find the best way to develop personal purposes with people. We also noticed that people, it's always the case when we go through change, there's this change curve, and with purpose it's exactly the same. So when we encounter someone before the purpose session, most people say, yes, I know that I need this, I need to define it for once, I also want to write it down. Then there's this incredible energy that Laurent described after the session, because you suddenly feel, okay, what I had in my belly, this feeling, it's now very clear and I have formulated it. But then obviously it's about living with that and implementing it and making it true every day. So you go through this curve where a few days later and another few weeks later, you're not so sure anymore. And you need to go back up to this level. So we are also looking for people who know how to help purpose owners, as we call them, get that energy back. And these are people with an it's possible attitude who know, how to look at scenarios and give hints on how to pursue your purpose. So that after a while you're stable with your purpose. But obviously your purpose will never be the same for your whole life. It will always evolve, it will always change. That's also a little page in the booklet that we have left for you. So we also think that you need to do regular purpose renovation, where you look at your purpose, let's say once a year, and find out what's still true and what has evolved, what has changed. So it's not just something you write down and put in a drawer, it's something you actually live with and you use as a tool, and a communication tool. As we're really interested in enabling many people to have their personal purpose, we have developed a method where for large groups, we develop personal purpose with 6 to 12 people. So at the moment, the 2 of us. And then with these 6 to 12 people, we do a purpose coach training, which is basically a reflection process where the people reflect on what they experienced with us, translate it to their environment, and then do it with their peers. It's super important that it's a voluntary process, so you shouldn't push people into doing this. They should decide that they want to do it, but then from a large group, you can have a lot of people who then know their personal purpose better, are better at communicating and collaborating with each other. So yeah, imagine the possibilities. If we can get people to think about their personal purpose, we can have purpose companies and purpose communities and organizations, cities, or even countries who allow everybody to think about that question. That was something that touched me really deeply in Sarajevo, that the students, like very young people, said, I have never allowed myself so far to ask these questions to myself. And I think that's crucial that people do that. In the Learn Shop, you can learn more about this method. We'll share what we know so far. We're at the beginning of this project, but we'll share anything we know. Also the structure of a good personal purpose. What's the structure? What are the components? We'll share that. And if you're interested in joining us in this community, we would be very happy to help you be a part of it. If you can't come to the Learn Shop, you can just look at the booklet, maybe identify people in your lives that you think should be thinking about personal purpose, and feel free to pass the booklet on to them or point them to the website so that they can have a look. And it's a very simple method. It doesn't need a lot of materials or skill. It's just about 2 people listening to a person deeply and finding out and writing down what's in that person. For the end, I would just like to share a comment we received yesterday. So we launched this project yesterday, just in time. And you're the first ones to actually see it. Of course, the ones who participated in the prototyping and experiments, they know a little bit more already. And yesterday we launched this and we received many interesting comments, and this one was very touching, and I would like to read it to you because I think it sums up very much what we think is important. I'm glad that you're doing this. If there's one thing so many of us lack in these modern times, it's a sense of personal purpose. I think that has a lot to do with our purpose being implicitly decided and imposed onto us from the beginning, and it's always a purpose that's for something or someone else. During my whole education, it was conveyed to me that education is a tool to get a job and have a career. Just study to pass the exam, not to understand. Don't question or ask too much. It was never education for its own sake or for the joys of learning and discovering the world. And if that's the message, that the purpose lies outside of you and will be revealed to you when you get to a certain point in your career, meaning being able to afford or do X, Y, Z, then you'll always feel like chasing something down, never feel like you're enough. Because there's always something that you do not yet possess or something that you could lose. And then at some point, you'll become tired of chasing down something that just is out of reach or standing guard around the things you could lose at any moment. If instead we do things for their own sake, not just for something else, those things will become infinitely more light in a double sense of the word, light as in weight and brightness. Find your story, your purpose, your life. So this is a comment from yesterday I thought we shared with you. Thank you.